Hey everybody, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I'm continuing my series, Singers Then and Now. I'm coming to you from Huatulco, Oaxaca, Mexico, where I'm getting some work done and having some playtime. So I want to dive right into it. Now, Glenn is a force, and he's an enigma. If you listen to his older stuff and his latest stuff, you're like, wow, I mean, there's a life well lived vocally. And, you really can't tell the difference in a lot of stuff. And if anything, I think he got better over the years. Now, I'm just going to dive right in. We'll dissect it as we go. So here we go. This is Glenn Hughes, the voice of rock. Rock and roll. Here we go. Medusa, Trapeze, 1972.
The legends of Medusa. She lies in the devil's eyes. Take a good look at my face.
All right, now, I bring this up because we had to kind of dig deep for some stuff, and I didn't want to keep doing the same stuff over and over again, that we get rehash of the same, I've done Glenn a lot, but I thought here's solo, Glenn Hughes solo doing Medusa in 2017. Take a listen to this, check this out. Okay, now, yes, he brought the key down, but it's kind of interesting because as his voice maturated and got a little fuller and fatter, I should say, not thicker, I like it in a lower key personally, and the notes that he hit in the mid voice were actually a little more difficult in some of the belting screams in the center, not the real high stuff, because it was at a higher belted range than his earlier stuff. Now, I've said this before, I stand behind what I've said before. I don't always love his constantly screaming to show off that he's got a high range. It's this thing, and so let's let Glenn think he's Glenn Hughes, I'm not. I like to hear his mid-voice stuff, like, we had no time in Deep Purple Burn, for example. We're gonna get to that in a minute, but I do wanna emphasize though that, you're not hearing any atrophication of his voice at all. If anything, it got stronger and warmer and thicker and fatter and even better distorted tones over time. So here's Smoke on the Water, Deep Purple, 1974. Let's check this out. Here we go.
Another place. Swiss time was running out. It seemed like we would lose again.
Okay, this is outro riffs. Now, again, we were trying to come up with some things that weren't so typical, so we're gonna do some Smoke on the Water outro riffs just for giggles, but I thought it'd be kind of interesting because it is the evolution of his voice, so.
You know what I'm talking about.
Okay, now Smoke on the Water, The Footy Show, 2017. All right, now, I did Smoke on the Water myself. I've done Highway Star myself. I've done Deep Purple Burn myself. I've done Mistreated myself. I've done a bunch of Deep Purple, Glenn Hughes and David Coverdale stuff and some of the other Deep Purple singers. I'm gonna put all those in the description. Tell me how I did, okay? But I wanna point something out that on this screen here, right here, there's smoke on the water, and he goes, what? and he goes through the passaggio, through his mixed voice, into head voice, and it's done pretty seamlessly, or it is done very seamlessly. Not a lot of people can do that. So it's not just he has only a lower chest resonant sound and a higher head voice, a lot like some of the earlier Deep Purple stuff, like in Highway Star, for example, that Ian Gillan had done, where he had predominantly mostly lower, mid-lower chest voice stuff and did a lot of screams. And I kind of wonder if, this is sort of a spillover of, that era and doing that lower mid-voice stuff and then scream, lower mid-voice stuff and scream. Because we're going to hear him do that a couple more times, and that's his signature, so I'm not trying to take that away from him. But I also like, when he sings the blues and sings it in his mid-voice, it's awesome. But the goal of the point of this is the snapshot of taking a picture of him when he was younger, kind of in his mid-years, and as we're going on. So let's continue. Here we go. This is this time around Deep Purple 1977. This is London, 2014.
Oh, yeah. To lose you, I would rather see the endless time space go passing by.
I think he got more seasoned. I think he got better as the years went on. I mean, I know this is 2014. Ken, do you have anything from 2022 or 21? Again, it's sometimes difficult to get good footage we're allowed to use. So, and I didn't want to do the same old stuff we've been doing over and over again. But it's a really good indicator as to how well his life has maturated over time. Again, I say that over and over again, but it's really true. Deep Purple Burn, 1975.
We had no time. We could not even try. We had no
time. Celebrating John Lord, 2014.
I don't understand. I still see the land. People say the woman is dead. She makes it go with a wave of her hand.
Okay, so they're reciting that. It's those notes over and over again, right? But again, it's a signature, but I actually like kind of, the swag that he had was almost like a really fat Mickey Thomas sound up in his mid-voice and top when he sings, we had no time, could not even plan, right? Anyway, but life well lived, at least vocally for sure. And I am really impressed because he's not only lost nothing, he gained a lot over the years and is really seasoned in a lot of different ways, not just from the early Deep Purple days, but most people. I mean, really think about this, guys. Most guys in their heyday, they get their heyday, they might get a few more years after that, and then there's a decline, the declination of Western civilization, the voice. But in his case, man, he just kept maturing and rounding himself out, and good stuff. So anyway, I have a singing course. If you're interested, you can find it right here at KenTamplinVocalAcademy.com, where I cover all of this stuff. And grade me. Go to the description. Check and see how I did, how my voice has maturated over time. See if we stack up. Now, one more thing. I've got some more really cool things coming your way, so I really want you guys to stick around. And I want to point out one more thing. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. The goal of this is not to take a snapshot or a picture of someone in their 20s where they're cute and hot and young with all kinds of energy and whatever, and then try to take a picture of them later in life when they're kind of fat and losing hair and gaining weight. But impressively, him and Paul Rogers and a few others really held it together. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Definitely stick around for my next video. God bless you and peace out.